Hey, Move Live 52 friends, Galina here. I am tuning in to just talk a little bit about tension, stress, and back pain as we are launching in October. Happy October, by the way. Hope it's a beautiful month for you. As we're launching in October, a new series of classes. We have 4 classes, each 30 minutes long, themed around organized low back discomfort. And if you did healing movement with me in September, you know that there's small bites, you know that there's small chunks. You're not really invited into anything that's extreme or super difficult, but you're invited kind of on a journey with your body. You're invited to explore, you're invited to experience novel movement and to see how your body moves. So often we go through the day completely unaware of our movement patterns, and we even do daily things like maybe you have a constant yoga practice, or maybe you go to the gym and you're not quite aware of how is it that you're moving. You're not quite aware of how perhaps your spine moves relative to your hips, or how you posture yourself when you work or stand that might be contributing to some movement patterns that might be increasing loads in chronic ways, and you might not be feeling your best. So tension, stress, and back pain are our best buds. And hi, Maria, it's so good to see you here. Tension, stress, and back pain are best buds. And why is that? You know, typically when you're not stressed out, when you're relaxed, your muscles are available to be reflexive, to reflexively respond to movement. So if my body is relaxed and I'm relaxed and ready, if I need to go over here or if I need to get up, I can do that, and my muscles are ready to go with me to respond to that movement. However, if I'm stressed and tense, and if I'm holding myself in a particular way, some of my muscles, especially muscles that are more involved with the fight or flight response, might be busy just doing that, might be busy just guarding. For example, many people get tight around the shoulder blades and the neck. We have the accessory nerve, cranial nerve number 11, we get very tight right there. And so now if I need my arm to do something with my arm, now is my arm available through its full range, or is my arm not available because it's being held in close to my body by that tension? And so I think it's really kind of like a straightforward relationship where you say, oh yeah, these muscles that should be available to allow efficient movement in a movement pattern are not available because they're doing something else. They're guarding, they're protecting, they're tight. Now, another thing that might be happening is those of us who have more tension and stress in daily life, we often also have experienced chronic pain. So my back pain lasted for 20 years. That's a lot. That's a lot of information that something's off, something's wrong. So I always was in these guarding patterns with my low back. I wouldn't flex my low back. I kind of kept it pretty still. I would pre-tense my core. And if you've read any of the articles on our website, or if you've read our book, you know that tensing your core musculature, while good Band-Aid, isn't a good long-term movement strategy. So some of us, when we're tense and we're stressed out, our pain perception, our nerves get more sensitive, right? So we perceive more pain. So now we're in more of these guarding strategies, especially if it's something chronic that you've had before. You start to avoid certain movements. You start to not move in a natural, open, and responsive way. And here's where movement comes in. And we have the saying, motion is lotion, because movement allows the guarding to drop, B, it allows to explore movement patterns that might be a little bit rusty. Maybe you haven't moved through a particular range of motion for a while. And it also allows you to take in what you learn with me on the mat, what you learn with me in the 30-minute sessions. You can take that with you into real life and say, oh yeah, I see that I'm always turning right to do this thing in the kitchen. Perhaps I can also turn left. I see that I'm always weight bearing on my right side and not on my left. I see that every time I go to unload the dryer, that I have this inner trepidation, have this guarding. What is it in my movement pattern? Where is it that I don't feel secure? Oh, we did this bending practice with Galina, Now maybe I can bend this way. Oh yeah, that felt safe in the class, and maybe it's gonna feel safe as I do a similar movement pattern with my dryer. So tension, stress, and pain are related, not just for your back, but for your whole body. And that's why you're also going to see in healing movement classes all throughout October. I'm also going to be reminding you how to relax. I'm going to be reminding you how to do particular relaxation practices, maybe right before you go to bed or even early in the morning, so that you can start to inhabit your body from this place of open readiness, this relaxed readiness, where as a movement need comes up, you can go and you can meet it. And you're not constantly using your musculature to guard and to protect yourself. And those of us who work sitting are going to really benefit a ton from healing movement classes in October, because sitting is kind of like a double-edged sword. So on one end, it puts the body in a position that's constant and static. Even though you can sit in many different ways, there's not that many ways you can sit and be productive. So many of us, when we have something to focus on, we're going to sit with our monitors and we're really going to lock in our eyes. We're going to narrow our field of vision. And when you narrow your field of vision, that goes with the fight or flight system, that goes with the sympathetic nervous system. So we have hormonally, we're in this space that's really tense just because our eyes are narrowed. So we're going to learn, as well as you relax your body, to relax your eyes. And you all know from other content that we teach how keen on relaxing the eyes we are and how important that is. So sitting through the eyes and the narrow focus and the constant posturing of the body in just one way is really a double-edged sword. So we're going to be going through some of these ways to sit in a more relaxed way, because you can look from the side like you're sitting in the same way, but the way you're sitting on the inside, your interior posture towards your exterior posture can change. And so we're going to explore that together in healing movement as well. So we start on Thursday. Each Thursday morning, a 30-minute class lands in your inbox. And what I do, just a little bit of backstage information for you guys, because you can't see what's happening behind the camera. What I do is I don't just record all 4 of them in one day and I just give them to you. I put them in the pipeline and load them up. But what I do is I'll actually wait for a class to be over, get your feedback over the week, and then wait until Monday or Tuesday of the next week, or even Wednesday, depending on how much feedback is coming in, to record the next one, so that I know how it's sitting with the students who are taking it in real time. Because there's people who take it in real time, like you might take healing movement for your back in October, you might take it in February, depending on when you find this content on our website and in our online school. But I just want to make sure that the people who are taking it live, that I can co-create with them as much as I can the content that they're going through. So thank you so much for listening. I hope that this was useful information. You have some light bulbs, and I'm happy to be your teacher if you feel like it's a good time for your life to add some movement practice. And if not, just bring this knowledge where it kind of resonates with you. Oh yeah, can I sit in a way that perhaps is a little bit different on the inside, even if it looks different on the outside? Can I maybe see how using my eyes brings more or less tension in my system? And can I vary how I'm sitting? And what ways can I move that I feel that motion is lotion and it's not making me feel threatened or kind of pulling back inside myself? Thank you so much. This will be here. Any questions you have, comment below. I'm happy to answer them. And a copy of this video is also in our free Better in a Week group, where it's easy to look for information, a little bit easier to search inside a group. If you want to come back to this video and you want to see it, it's going to be called Tension, Stress, and Back Pain. Have a great rest of your evening and happy month of October.